This is the Toaplan Arcade Collection Volume 1, and we'll also be taking a look at Volume 2. We're here on Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. So this is Flying Shark, Fire Shark, Tiger Heli, Twin Cobra. What is this? Out Zone? Barely read that. And Fix 8. And then we've got the Batsuguns? Day guns? I don't even know what this stuff is. So you get 8 things, crisp visuals, high octane action, a couple different options for how each of the games are. And let's get in there and enjoy this compilation pack. I gotta tell you, I've been playing some genuinely interesting titles recently as far as old school things. So Toaplan is a pretty old school name. They made some of the best shoot 'em ups ever. They're pretty influential for their era back in the 80s, the 90s. And this collection is just giving you back that design and aesthetic. Oh cool, my first death. And they've got lots of modern enhancements, like you can press start, you can create save states, load save states. You can change dip switches, you know, difficulty, lives, everything like that. Audio settings for how you want everything to sound, really in-depth options. And then display, you can have like, you know, widescreen, on or off, totally up to you. You can have mirrored. If you want to have it mirrored, you can have the original frame rates, or you can have, you know, whatever, like a faster frame rate, I guess, depending on the experience. And then, you can just mirror, comment, control panel, you know, different like backdrops going on there. We'll just have some stars, and then there's filters. So if you want to have, oh, there's so many options. Frame, pixel, you know, a few different options there. Pixel, step, smooth, scan lines. And then you could choose all these other things. Like if you go to scan lines, you could choose like the level of detail for the scan shadows, and then you can apply it to all games or just this game. It's actually a really genuinely impressive selection of like display options, and then there's button mapping that you can do too. Like it's really quite an impressive array of like choices that you get with this game. It's kind of amazing. Or well, this package of games, I guess you would say, is quite amazing. And it's gonna be a pretty tight little showcase here because basically we just have so many games to kind of go over today, and it's gonna be hard to show you each of the different titles. So alright, let's go to the main menu. We're going to Fire Shark. Let's do this. It's start time. Fire Shark away. So this is also a package where it's like kind of like you could play it alone, but some of the stuff offers like, I think it's like 3 players or something like that. Oh, it's cool. It makes like an arrow that you're supposed to go forward. That's kind of cool. I quite enjoy these types of games. It reminds me of like Galaga and stuff. Like Midway, you know, Midway. That's a bit of a classic one. Yeah, well, definitely some cool little battling. And oh, and Raiden, right? I used to play Raiden back in the day. I think that's what it's called, right? Raiden? Little ship zipping around, blasting stuff. But he had like an arcade machine where you could go and like just play that, and he just had it in his basement. And we were just like, it was a great time. It was super cool. super cool. Yeah, it was. Okay, so here's our very short-lived time taking a look at this one. Back to the next one, Tiger Heli. Like I said, it's gonna be fast and hard on these things. And I assume the outside like layering for this stuff is like 4K, and then you know some of the games will give you like, depending on the experience, and if you choose frame rate stuff, it should be 60 FPS if you know that's set up for the particular game. See, I really don't like doing the technical stuff for these like compilation games because it's usually like, you know, it's like outputting it. It'll be like, okay, so it's like 4K, you know, whatever, you know, that's the output. But like the middle of the screen, like this is an odd resolution because it's like, it's sort of almost like a phone kind of like boxing of a resolution, right? And then there's, you know, all the games have different standards and things that they all do, and yeah, it's a little messier covering these types of game compilations and showing them. And it's also like you can't really spend a whole lot of time with like any of the games, because it's like there's like what do we say? There's 8 per package, and then I'm gonna be trying to basically fitting in, you know, both of these Toaplan collections. Like these are 2 different compilation packages you could buy. I think we try fitting them all in so you can actually see what each of the little games looks like. It's pretty tight to do this kind of stuff. But it's mostly like in the interest of time too, because I'm not sure people really want a big extended look at each of the individual games. And yeah, it's just kind of playing these old arcade titles. They're fun, honestly. Like some of these games are a little bit fun. I'd sit here and just whip through this and like blast some stuff. Maybe some good little shoot 'em up things. And they're very well polished, you know, like it's clean, and they actually took the time to make sure that they have like, you know, this is like a quality release as far as the level of detail and making sure that you get all these settings to relive these games. If you want to relive them or potentially visit them for like the first time, I guess. You might not have played these before. There's a high chance you've never played these before. See, it's like those other ones, but you're like, why did he blow up into a nuke? Yeah, I like when they do little things like this. I don't know, these games are neat to me. It's not entirely relevant for everyone, but it's very interesting to see how gaming kind of evolved over the years. You know, these are the origins of like the shooters and stuff we have today. Yeah, everybody's got their different genres that they're into. It'd be a lot harder to shoot that thing now with the shorter view. Oh, really? That sucks. That's okay, because we gotta switch over to the other one. It's like a blitz. You know what I mean? It's like we're doing like a straight up blitz. So I guess you would more or less, you'd have like one character that was successful, and then you would, you know, you'd build off that. You'd be like, okay, so we got this ship game, people like the style of it, we want to do something similar, and then you would just like, be like, oh, we can have a person running around. Oh, there's blood? Kind of. Well, is that blood rather than more just people exploding into bits? Actually, might be blood on that. Maybe this is like a little blood cloud. Which is kind of funny looking. That's really, really neat. Honestly, that's super, super cool. Huh. Good level little detail. Or maybe it's more of like a destruction fire cloud, I guess. Who cares? Ain't got time. Let's go.
Okay.
Beltania. Beltania. Oh, that's a cool little launch sequence. Would it be like under the water going on here? Yeah, some people might have been playing this back in the day, or these games on like an arcade or something. Having a blast with it. I really like highlighting games like this. I don't know how much people find these things intriguing or not, but I really do genuinely enjoy like playing some of this old stuff. I don't know how much other people appreciate it, but from like a historical standpoint, gaming-wise, it's so fascinating. It's really good to be well versed in things that you're like you work on or you're interested in, just because it's like, you know, allows you to have a better idea of everything. Okay, so this is special edition. So this is like kind of the same thing. Okay. So it's kind of a similar setup. Ooh, there's like sea turtle and stuff going by. Oh, that's kind of cool. We're already gonna have to, like, basically before we even kind of launch, we're gonna have to go and show off that other one. I thought I timed this a lot better. Daggone. Presented by Toaplan. Let's do this. This is just kind of crazy. Alright, let's destroy these things. Everything I've got this all timed down like pretty down packed, don't I? Okay, so that's that setup, and then we're gonna switch over to Toaplan Arcade Collection 2, which has another selection of games. And again, the setups are kind of similar here. We got Zero Wing, Hellfire, Alcon, Grindstormer, Truxton 2, Vimana, Zoidnahawk? Zero Wing. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Bam. Alright. Let's do it. So this is again a similar situation. I guess I would say if you missed the first half because you just wanted to see the second compilation, you know, the dip switches for different regions. And then difficulty, audio, display settings, mirrored, unmirrored. So it's basically the exact same setup as we got with the first compilation of games, which is kind of cool. And then obviously this is a second pack. I don't know if they have more games planned for another pack, but anyways. Let's embrace this. I assumed it made more sense to do this as like a single video and just kind of like I could fit everything into one thing, you know what I mean? I thought that would be the best way to kind of get it done. All these little ships shooting. Nice. Kind of like a retro day for me almost. It's just kind of like, it's like my second compilation package I'm kind of taking a look at today. Wow. I love how this game also has the first death achievement. The first of your many losses to come. Okay, that's actually kind of funny and cheeky in the best of ways, so bravo for the person doing the achievements on this game, because that's actually kind of funny. Okay. Hellfire, let's do it. Ready to go. Send me out, let's get to it. It's also neat how they decide which game should be part of which packages, but I like the menu where you just kind of like move along to the side and be like, okay, I want to do this one or do that one. It's kind of cool. Oh, come on. Unbelievable. But the quality of the environment is very well done in this. I love how it's got both an aged feeling that's really ancient, but also still vibing pretty well today. Kinda cool. Very, very cool. It'd be even cooler as we switch to Alcon. Defeat the final boss to complete the first loop. Ooh. Neat. This is a nice environment. I feel like back in the day for gaming, you could just like come up with something and be like, okay, I want this to be, you know, a top-down kind of shooter thing like this, and then just come up with some kind of silly premise and like some artwork and just like some different designs and just throw it together and be like, that's a game, and you can just like pop it out really quickly and make it fast. And game development has changed so much. Like nowadays, you could probably put this together in like, what, an afternoon or something using some kind of modern coding language. I kind of based that off of the fact that I did like a little bit of Flash game work back in the day, and it was really, really not too hard to make stuff. Grindstormer. And no, I made nothing impressive. I'm just saying it wasn't like... I'm assuming with the improvements on stuff, you can make things a lot faster. Like this, if that makes sense. Something simple and easygoing. Not to overly simplify the complex design of game development, but you get what I'm going for as I go off on my tangent. Anybody else want a piece of this? This game's kind of cool. A lot of stuff going on here, holy. This is really, really chaotic. I quite like this one. I love these types of games regardless. The ones like this, like Galaga-like and stuff. Really, really cool. Truxton! It's funny because the load up is almost like 20 seconds or so on these things. All the modern enhancements, the leaderboards, the setting, the action that you want, but in the package of old school gameplay. So that you can enjoy the Toaplan collection just like you might have back when you were a kid. This is such a neat gen for gaming because we get so many package compilations like this. Like really, really bizarre, almost niche things, I would say. Is that fair? Like for some of the stuff here where it's just like, some of this is really niche. Unbelievable. Oh. Truxton 2! You can tell the popular ones because they had sequels. Must have been a lot of just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what works. I wish I knew what that meant, but it must be intense. Ooh, some skulls! Launch me out! I think the real smart arcade setups probably had where you could be multiple people playing, because then you could take multiple quarters at the same time from folks, right? Wouldn't that be like the smartest business strategy, technically? I think actually Dragon's Lair had it really going on with the premium cost, and that one would just eat your money like crazy, right? Alright, well that was miserably quick. Vimana! There's like space elephant things? Right on. That's so cool. What a groovy little package, eh? No, you've got to be kidding me. See, I keep thinking start. When I see start on the screen, I press start, but it's whatever they want start to be in their particular title. This one is really, really gnarly. I'm right back to it, don't worry. I'll be okay. This is awesome. I don't know what I'm getting out of this, but it's really, really quite invigorating. Okay. And then we finally have this version of whatever this game is. I can't even say that. I don't know what it is. Okay, it's whatever it is. That's like a plane thing. The music's nice too. I'm pressing the start button. Alright, I'm gonna press LT to go back in time with rewind. Actually, it's kind of cool that rewind. If I could turn back time. Alright, this is pretty rad. Like a real big build-up to get you into the action, eh? Old school visuals. Anyways, this has been a nice little selection of games across 2 packages. Hopefully combining everything in a respectful, quick manner that gave you a blitzkrieg look at each of the experiences and what they have to offer. And I hope this was a helpful showcase if you're looking into what Toaplan has to offer. They got some really neat shoot 'em ups. I will definitely say that there's some really cool stuff in this compilation of games.